والسلام على سيد المرسلين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله نويت سنة الاعتكاف Qibla Shaykh Tariqat Amir Ahl Sunnah, the founder of Dawat-e-Islami, Hazrat Allama Muhammad Ilyas Artar Qadiri, may he remain under his shadow till the day of judgment, writes in his book Ziyad Durud Salam a virtue on the recitation of Durud Bad. In that the Holy Prophet ﷺ said, your recitation of Durud Bad will be light for you on the Pul Sirat. And that person who recites Durud Bad 80 times on a Friday, 80 years of his sins will be forgiven. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Imam Muhammad al-Ghazali alayhi rahmatullahi al-Wali writes in his book the Ihya that there was once a very famous king, a very powerful king who had control over a vast kingdom. He had so much in his empire. His empire was massive. It stretched from east to west. And this king was very haughty. He had a lot of pride in his heart. So one day, he gathered his servants and his advisors and he said to them, today, I want to leave my palace, I want to leave my quarters, and I want to go and I want to travel around my empire. I want to travel around my kingdom so that I can see the people, I can see the servants in my kingdom. I can see the people who are my slaves in my kingdom, and I can show them how powerful I am. His advisors, they advised against it because it would be dangerous. But still, he persuaded them because the king is a king at the end of the day. So he said to his advisors and his servants, look, today I am going out and I am going to travel through my kingdom. So why not go and get me some clothes from my closet? So they went to the royal closet and they took a pair of clothes for the king. They brought the clothes in front of him and the king, he looked away in disgust. He said, are you people sane? Are you in your right mind? I am such a powerful king. I have such a vast empire. I have such a huge kingdom. Yet you expect me to wear these clothes? Are these clothes fit for a king like me? Go back and get me something else. So the servants, they went back to his closet, the royal closet, and they brought back another pair of clothes. And again, he turned around and said, these clothes are not fit for a king. So the servants, they kept going back and forth, back and forth. Eventually they came, and the king chose the best pair of clothes that were in his royal closet. Then after he put these clothes on, he turned angrily to his servants and his advisor and he said, are you people stupid? Is there something wrong with your mind? Do you not know that I am such a powerful king? Do you not know that I have such a vast empire? I have told you of my intention to travel my empire, yet you think that I am going to walk around in my empire, in my kingdom? Do I have to make all the decisions? Do I have to give you all the ideas? Why haven't you brought me a horse already? So the servants, they ran to the stables and they brought a horse. And the king, upon seeing the horse, he looked away in disgust and he said, such a horse is not fit for a king like myself. Take it back. So they went back and forth, and they brought the horse, and the king chose the best horse from the stable. So now the king was ready, he had his royal clothes on, he had his garments, he had his horse. So then the king, they started marching. The king was surrounded by his massive army. This is the massive army that protected his kingdom, his empire. So you can imagine how big it was. So he was surrounded by his massive army. He was surrounded by his servants. He was surrounded by his advisors. His children were there. His relatives were there. There was like a big parade going on. When they started marching, out of nowhere, a man with tattered clothes, he had bushy hair, he came forward and he grabbed the reins of the horse, he grabbed the rope of the horse, and he would not let go. The servants and the advisors tried to make him let go. The king looked down off his horse and he said, "Who do you think you are? You beggar! You lowly beggar, you are my slave! How dare you touch the rope of my horse with your filthy hands?" But this person, he did not go away. He said to the king that I have something to discuss with you. I have something to say to you. After you have let me speak, then I will go. So the king said, "No. Do you think that I have time for a slave like you? Make a request and put it in the request section and I'll see if I can get time for it." But the person said, "No. I will not let go until you let me speak to you." The king said, "Make it very quick." So the man said, "Bring your ear close to me." Again, the king had a problem again. "I'm such a powerful king. You expect me to lower my ear to a beggar like you?" But this man did not lose hope and he carried on. And then the king eventually lowered his head to the man's mouth. And the man said, "O king, O powerful king, your empire stretched from east to west. You're surrounded by your huge army. You're surrounded by your loved ones, your slaves, your servants. You're such a big empire. But who will save you today from me? I am the angel of death." And now the king, this mighty king, this powerful king, his stomach, it did flip-flops. His face, it turned green. It was changing colors. And he started stuttering. He got scared. And he said to the angel of death, "Oh angel, is it my time already?" And the angel of death said, "Now is your time, and I've come to take your soul, and I will not leave without your soul." Now the king was really scared, started shivering, started crying, and he said, "Oh angel of death, give me some days, only a few days, then come back, then I will go with you willingly. Just give me a few days, O angel of death." Angel said, "No, when your time is written, your time is written." The king replied, "O angel of death, look, I have such a vast empire, I have such a big kingdom, I have so many possessions. If I die today, I have not written my will. Then my enemies, they will carve up my empire, and they will take whatever they want. My kingdom will go to my enemies." But the angel of death said, "You had so long, but you were too haughty. Now your time has come." And upon this, the body of the king, this king was surrounded by his huge army. This king who was so powerful, he had control over half the world. This king who thought that death would not come to him. This body of this king fell off the horse in the middle of his huge empire and landed on the ground with a huge foot. My dear sons and brothers, people did not weep for this king. People did not cry for this king. In fact, people were happy that he had passed away. People were happy that he had died. When people remembered him, they remembered him with bad memories. He was oppressive. He was a dictator. He did not rule them according to justice. So people were happy. This was the end of that person who had, because of the love of the world, had forgotten about the next life. In the same incident, Imam Ghazali mentions that the angel of death came to a person, a young person, who was in a rush to get to the masjid. And the angel of death said to him, "Brother, I have a few things to say to you in your ear. Can you stop for a few minutes?" And this young man, he said, "Brother, I've got no time. Tell you the truth, I'm getting late for salah, and I need to rush towards the house of Allah, and I need to pray." But the angel of death said to this man, this young man, "It'll only take a few minutes. Then I'll be gone after that." So the man said, "Brother, make it please." So the angel of death, he placed his lips into the man's ear, and he said, "Oh brother, I am the angel of death. Allah has sent me to take your soul." Now just imagine all you brothers sitting here today. If someone came to you and said, "I am the angel of death and I'm going to take your soul," what would be your situation? What would be our situation? We can all imagine that for ourselves. But this young man, he turned around and said, "Marhaba! Oh brother, I've been waiting for you for so long. Please take my soul now."